So let me see today a very interesting topic, image maps and animations. So image maps and animations, if you look of this topic, image maps and animations, already in HTML, we have seen some sort of areas, maps for a particular image, how we can do it. And also let me see the animations also in this class, okay? So coming to the first sort of this JavaScript animations. So what is the purpose of animations here we are performing is, so animations can be make a images or a frames as 2D or 3D. If anything, if you use some movement for an image or an object, if you give some motion for that one, then it comes under animation. So animation can be have a moving object. That object may be an image. That object may be a frame. In that frame, again, we have a text or any other, anything. So that is a movement that is going to be move of that. Animation can be divided into sprite animation and frame animation. So two types of animations we have, sprite animations, and this is going to be have sprite animation and frame animation. Coming right, just a minute. Right. So two types of animations we have. This is the sprite animation and frame animation. Coming to the first one, sprite animation, it defines a rectangular image. Means it is going to be show in the form of a rectangle. We'll show one demo over here, rectangle images, where some part of that image, we are made some transparent where we can want to show the background. This type of occurrence when you move of an image or an object called as sprite over a background image. Now, if you have make some a image in the form of a rectangle shape, which parts of the image, if a image is any shape, inside that image, we are making a position of rectangular and we make some movement for that rectangular image. If you are doing that type of movement over here, then that will be considered as a sprite animation. Coming to the frame animation, allows you to just create a fast slideshow. Fast slideshow in the sense, number of slides or frames making small changes in the frame. For every slide of show, we are giving some time slot for 1 second or 2 seconds. It automatically makes some slides over there. The set of slides are displayed in quick succession. Therefore, the changes appear in the motion. If we give very less time, automatically from image to image, it will be combined and it will show as a in the form of a video, right? So how you are watching a movie, it not a actual video. By setting some set of frames, combining one after the other without any delay, if you are combining that, a continue motion, continue of streaming will be there. Then that type of streaming with some motions will become over there, that coming as a video, right? So free frame animation, giving with respect to creating number of slides or frames by making small changes of each frame. Changes in the sense some duration. Sprite animation is going to be called as, it is a rectangular image and gives some sort of motion or transparent for that image. Now, to making of high quality animation contains the combination of both the sprite and frame animation. Sprite and frame animation, JavaScript provide three functions to create it. Set timeout is first one, set interval, and clear timeout. So what are the three functions the JavaScript has giving for creating an animation is set timeout. Set timeout will give you two parameters. One is function, second parameter is duration. When you called about the set interval, now in this set interval, it having a two parameters. One is function, another is duration. Now clear timeout, it is consisting only one parameter, that is set timeout variable. Now with the help of these three functions, let me see some sort of examples how an animation can be run over here. So set timeout, set interval, clear timeout. Fine. Some sort of technical issue. Right. So remember, these three functions is required to creating of this animation. Set time mode, set intervals. Already we have discussed about the set time mode and set interval. Time mode is talking about when the time comes, it will be executing and it will be exit from the program. Set interval, the duration, once if you are say for example 2 seconds, for every 2 seconds, it will be make that execution. So set timeout means only one time. Set interval means for every duration, whatever the duration you are giving as. And clear timeout, whatever the timeout you are setting, if you pass that one, it will create this time set. Okay. So with the help of this, let me see one small example here. Hope the program is visible to everyone. Now what I'm doing here is, let me go for the first is body. Inside the body, I'm creating a form. Inside the form, I'm just inserting an image. So what is the ID of the image? My image. And initially, I'm giving a SRC, that is source path is car.jpg. Now, when I click the start button, I'm creating two buttons. One is start, another is stop. When I click the start button, a JavaScript will be called a function move right. When I click on that start button, when I click on the stop button, it will be called the JavaScript is stop. Now, how many functions I'm writing here? JavaScript, move right and stop. Now coming to this function, JavaScript, initially, it will be normally if you want to load the window, because we had to initialize. In Java programming, we have applets, or in Java programming, we have threads, and in Java programming, we have using the IPC. Now to make it that initialization is also be there. In OS also be this function is there, init. So window.onload means when the window is open, automatically it will call the init function. So what is the init function here talking about? Here init function is, and don't worry, F is a capital here, F function, because it's a documentation. That's wherever is a capital, replace with small letters. Like var is a small, var, not capital, because we are typing the documentation. Because of that, its starting character is capital. So init function, I'm creating a variable img object. So initially, document.get element by id my image. So what is there in the my image? core.jpg. So it points to my image core.jpg. So initially, the image object, the style position is for this property. It is a relative. Relative means what? From wherever it is stopped, it will again start from that position. Absolute means it will start exact position. Already we have seen the examples on this images, right? So image property. So that is the background image, how we can set it. Hope you remember. So image object dot style dot left. For the left of the window, the image is 0 pixel. So that is the initially my image, that is core.jpg. It will be start with the position of relative. From left, initially it is a 0 pixels. Now it will be there in the starting position of the window. Now when I click on the start button here, it will be called the JavaScript move right. So if you see the move right function here, function move right, what I'm doing, initially where is the object style left is 0 pixel. Moving an image means what? Just it is increasing the pixels of that image. Automatically, it will move from that current position to the next position. That's what, right? So moving an object means, moving an image means what? If you are increasing the pixels of a particular image, it automatically moves from that position to next position, from that to that, that to that. Like this, it will move. So image object dot style dot left equal to what happened? Already it is a JavaScript. It is will be considered as a string. So we need to convert as an integer. Parse in of image object dot style dot left. This is plus 10 plus pixel. So it will be convert. So what is there in initially it is 0 pixels. So it will be convert 0 pixels, 0 plus 10. 0 plus 10 means 10 pixel. 10 plus px, 10 pixels. It will be move left. That is for one. Now we are making an animate. So initially animate is just we are taking a variable set timeout of move right. Which move right? This function move right. For how many times it has to move that 10 pixels? Move right, comma 200. This is 200 in the sense 20 milliseconds. For every 20 milliseconds, if you give 2000, it's a 2 seconds. 200 means 20 milliseconds. The move right will be calls the function set timeout. So set timeout consisting of two parameters. The first parameter is a function. Here, what is the function here? Move right. So second parameter is duration. What is the duration we are giving? 200. 200 means it's a 20 milliseconds, right? So it will be call up to that. Once you click on the stop button, it will be called the stop function. What you have written in the stop, whatever the animate will know how many number of times I am going to be repeated for that. The time of that particular move right will be there in the animate function. So that parameter I'm passing for clear timeout. So clear timeout of animate. So what happened? Once it is clear, automatically the image dot style dot left equal to where it has to be. Maybe in the center in the animation, it has to again come back to the initial position. How to make that coming back to the initial position? Image dot style dot left equal to 0 pixel. So like this we are calling here. So initially we are taking an image, but that image I'm just making it start and stop. Once you click on the start button, it will be go for move right. So initially we are making initialization function where the car.jpg image will be relative and 0 pixel initially starts. Once you make a start button, for every 20 milliseconds, it will be move for 10 pixels towards right for that. Clear timeout. Once if you want to stop, it clear the animate variable where it is not a predefined, it's a user defined only. So that function we are for this clear timeout, we are passing animate variable parameter, it will clear it. So it is again initialized to 0 pixel. So let me run this program so that you can understand clearly how we are running this. So animate images. So we'll go for animate. So initially, see the code, same code, whatever it is there, same code here, same code, but here I am taking 2000 milliseconds. Okay. So same. So treebrain.jpg I am taking instead of code.jpg, and start button, stop button. Once it start, it goes to move right. So it will be window.initialize. Once it is called the script, initialize it, function init, it will calls this image object. So position is relative, left is 0 pixel, move right, so on. So let me run the program. Now this is the initial output. Now where it is the treebrain.jpg, initially it is a relative starting of 0 pixel. When I click on this start button, for every 2 seconds, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Like this for every 2 seconds, it will move 10 pixels towards right. That's how we are writing. imgobj means image object dot the style dot left equal to, it is moving from left, initially is from 0 position to it is moving towards right. That is 10 pixels it is moving. When up to how much? Up to when I click on stop button. Once I click on the start button, it will clear the timeout as well as it has to initialize to starting position. Image object dot style dot left equal to what? 0 pixels, right? So that's how we have written the code here. If you're not making here in the stop to initialize to 0, if you cut this line and you save the program, and if you refresh it and when you start it, it going on for every 2 seconds. 1, 2, 1, 2. Like this for every 2 seconds, it will moving. When I click on stop, what happened? It stops there. It is not coming to this starting position because I have removed this line of code here. I have removed this one. So once you set it, it will come like this here. I remove this. Okay. So like this, it will make some sense over here. So like this, the program will run for animation. So this is about the JavaScript animation over here. Now, let me see. See, when you click on stop, it will come back to this. Fine. Next, we'll see next one. This is a Java animation with one small example over here. Now,